In just a few weeks, the Connecticut Coalition Against Domestic Violence will recognize community leaders in the state who are working to improve the lives of domestic violence survivors. And President and CEO Megan Scanlon joins us now with all of the details. We're so excited to have you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
So before we talk about this annual event, can you tell me a little bit more about the mission?
Yeah, so CCADV, we are actually made up of 18 sites across the state, member organizations that provide direct domestic violence services. At the coalition level, we're the state's leading voice for victims and survivors, and we assert our work at the state and federal legislative office buildings through advocacy, and then education and training and outreach.
Mm-hmm. And outreach is really a huge part of the job. You know, you work with so many different organizations and volunteers to make sure that you can reach the people who need your services most. And this event that you're coming on to talk about today is really special. It's called the First 100 Plus Breakfast and Award Ceremony, right?
Yeah, so it's our 13th annual. Mm-hmm. It's exciting because it's a platform for highlighting all the great work people are doing across the state to help victims and survivors. So the folks that we're honoring have gone above and beyond for victims and their families throughout the entire state. So it's exciting to bring all those people into one room and to celebrate their contributions, because a lot of times they're doing this not for a lot of pay or on a volunteer basis. And it's really something that's more of a calling to them than anything else.
And I was able to interview the woman who was getting the Coalition Crusader Award, and it's really just phenomenal to see how many people are doing just that, are going above and beyond to help people in need. There are 100 honorees at this event.
There's
a lot.
Yeah, 100 honorees. We actually had more nominated, but we had to really stick to the 100. So that's exciting that the word is getting out and that people are engaging in the domestic violence movement, because it's a community issue. We need to get everybody involved to be able to keep people safer.
So what can folks expect if they attend this breakfast and award ceremony?
A great time hosted by you. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
And they're going to be able to learn more about the domestic violence movement. We have a featured keynote speaker who's lost her sister to intimate partner violence, and she's going to talk about bystander intervention, so really connecting with what you and I can do if we have family and friends that exhibit any kind of red flags. And you're going to just be able to celebrate good people doing good work in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, and before we go, you know, I think no one really can understand, you know, and maybe until you're involved in it or you know someone who has experienced domestic violence of some sort, you want to help. So what are some of the warning signs that you can look out for if you think that someone might be in a bad situation?
So first and foremost, look out for any kind of isolation. So if it's all of a sudden you sort of are not hearing from your friend or family member, they start to act differently. They might even share some things like, oh, you know, my dating partner doesn't like when I do this, so I've stopped doing that. Controlling signs like that. It usually starts off pretty small, and then it escalates over time. So the most important thing is, you know, to be there and be there in a non-judgmental way, listen, and then get yourself educated. Go to our website, ctcadv.org, go to ctsafeconnect.org. That's our statewide domestic violence resource hotline. It's not just for crisis, it's for you and I to call and say, hey, like, I have a family member going through this.
And I have questions.
So just educate yourself on the resources, because there's 400 advocates out there that can help your friend or family member.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate your time, and thank you so much for the work that you're doing to help survivors in our state and to help people get out of situations and go back to leading healthy lives, because that's really what it's all about. And I can't wait to be involved in this event. I'm so honored, so thank you.
We're so appreciative. So thank you for, you know, lending your platform to this important issue too.
Absolutely.